Still, I think it's too soon to really say. Yuri doing a fine work with the MP9. Stepping back up with K-Serrato, actually. Triple for him and a double for Yuri, and that's a quick round.
Yeah, I'm pretty positive on this G2 team as well, but I think it's going to take way more time than people probably assume for this team to come together.
Right. And
like, even if you acknowledge that you can give them some more time, I think it's going to, like, double that, and that's where I feel like it's going to be.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm even fine with that. I actually think one of the things that we just have a lack of in this space are like long-term projects, right? Like we have too many. Let's get that one new good player and we'll be great next week. Like too many of those kind of projects and too few of like let's build something great from the ground up. Well, here's a big entry. Nexa and Amanek to follow it up. A double kill for Amanek, revenging himself, taking out Art from the pistol round there. And Yuri, that grenade. Oh, it actually does catch Nexa. They're still in a lot of trouble here on the CT side, but that's the best you could do coming in with the MP9, I think. I don't think they can actually hold this with the MP9. Oh, wow. Hunter going down. I'm shocked that K-Serrato was able to get that kill. The bomb probably should have been down behind those smokes already, and now instead, they're weirdly slowed down, and Amanek gets that tap in somehow, and he's going to follow it up. Amanek with a quad kill. I say they were going to take it, but towards the end there, it looked like that wasn't going to happen. I'm so surprised.
What an awkward fight for Amanek to manage. One shooting at him from the bomb side, one shooting at him from the flank as well, and he had to just manage just the most minimal cover. This was a brawl that G2 comes out on top of so strongly early on and almost let this drop away. This is the play from Amanek that's so stellar. Even that final headshot on the K-Serrato, that's got to be frustrating. 2-1 for FURIA. They had all SMGs there, so no huge loss, and Art's got an angle again with the AWP. He goes back for it. That flashbang not going to keep him away, and Amanek again. You might think that's a duel that we'll see frequently throughout this half, considering we've seen it now. We saw it in the pistol. We'll have to be careful. Art showing that he's not afraid to push up and go for a pick.
Yeah, and they have two people in the middle part of the map. They have Furia, and if you lose the middle of the map on CT side Vertigo, then I don't know, you're playing a lottery where the odds of you actually coming out on top are just very, very low, because at any one moment you could be looking the wrong way, you could be, you know, trying to rotate into the bomb side, and there's someone in the middle of the map. Like, you have to have someone there looking at it, and preferably more than one person. It's so high risk.
Look at Art again, boosted up for a shot. Jax, he goes for that peek though, and now he knows spam. He's just spraying through as the smoke fades, just in case someone walks into the crosshair. And that is a big player to lose to defend this A bomb site. You can see Henny and Vinny feeling very uncomfortable at the back of the site. This is all along going to be a hit towards A. No one from G2 moving as this clock just passes 40 seconds remaining.
Yeah, Nex has been making sure no one's flanking, you know, going down the ladder or coming out of the B bomb side. He's just over on that side looking at that. He's even making some noise while doing it. So now the backup's being called for. Yuri coming in from middle, Henny as well, and K-Serrato even rotating out of B. And they almost have to. You almost have to just cheat the rotation here, because if you wait too long, it's not going to work out. 18 seconds on the clock, and Hunter playing close up with the AK. The bomb being planted in the corner. They're going to try and run it down. Now 12 seconds. Vinny successful in that. 9 seconds on the clock. They've picked up the bomb again. Kenny's the one to try and put it down. K-Serrato waiting up top, and this time they can't stop it. He's still going to pick up a kill, and Yuri will get one, and it's a one-on-one. Kenny getting back behind that box and dropping down. That's huge. A double for him right now, and Yuri, he's behind that. He's low on health already. He has got a smoke, and there must be a kid on the ground surely somewhere. I'm not sure it'll matter. Kenny just needs to connect with a couple of bullets here, and it'll be all over. Oh, he's going to tap it once. It's a 10-second defuse, and Kenny, can he line it up? He doesn't know the angle. Almost no time left now, and Kenny out of bullets, and that's a huge victory for FURIA. 10-second defuse inside of the smoke in a one-on-one.
Oh, that's harsh. That's a couple of rounds now that G2. They couldn't even really compete for the pistol, but again, the clock running down so low before they make their final play. And Kenny even, it feels like, outplays himself in that 1 versus 1, goes way too far away from the bomb. It could be because he thought it was in a different plant spot that might have been communicated incorrectly, but he had no chance of stopping that, even a 10-second defuse.
Speaking of which, I mean, partly because the map is a little bit new, but also because of how the architecture is on that bomb site. It might be very hard to find specific names for, like, that box that you can plan around. There's like 5 different sides to it. How do you have a call out for every single one of them? Also
a new G2, oh, hold the thought, Vinny. I think he's been spotted. Jax has an idea. Now they definitely know, and he's got to put the smoke down. Are they going to try and Molotov him? Oh, it fades. He puts out the smoke in general right before the Molotov comes in. even keeping some space with his own Molotov, and even nades raining in. There's no more. So Vinny is causing massive issues in a flashbang to get him out, but they've lost 2 players. And that may be still G2 coming out on top somehow until Henny responds.
Fair play to Vinny, right? Like, you know, he could have easily gone down way earlier. Now, I think it's hard to criticize FURIA for this kind of a thing. And actually, you see G2 were all the while they were looking for aggression from the A-bomb side. They were worried that actually they were going to use Vinny as a distraction to go for it. In some senses, I think that's what FURIA needed. Like, they needed to try and do that. Oh, the spray is so good. Yuri, if he could have landed that shot, there would have been a chance. Quesorado still has a very slim one. 40 seconds on the clock, and he's got the MP9. He's going to be quick, and they're low on health. He could maybe just tumble over these boxes and go for it. There's the kill on one, but Amanek, a great headshot to take him down. There was a really big chance he could have had that at the end, but G2 will find a way through.
If he gets away, I think he does have that. You're exactly right, the low HP with that MP9, but what a grueling battle that G2 has to put up with every time they go here, and still the money is not great for this offensive side. FURIA can actually, even if they want to, so everyone's right around 2K, it'd be a big risk, but they can go for it considering the cash flow isn't really there for G2 despite some victories.
What if you did what just happened to Vinny as like an intentional play? I mean, the problem is they might have more HEs, right? So that's always going to be like a bit of a risk. But
I think that's why we saw him make that run. Yeah. You never know how much utility they still have.
But it's a fun, even just in theory, right? It's a fun idea to try and think about. Like you put someone there. And like Molotoving that sandbag is going to happen almost every single round. But you put someone there, they show themselves, they put up that smoke just like Vinny did, and then you count 1 through 3, then you pop flash and everybody goes like from the upside, because that's when they're going to have the grenades out ready to throw, and you just try and aim for the timing. That
I was going to say everyone was so occupied with that player at sandbags that they were very exposed for a potential pop flash.
But it has to be like in the first 3 seconds, right? Because if you wait longer, if they have 2 HEs, he's going to be gone.
And he's in trouble. Those are the kind of things you imagine we'll see evolve on this map as time goes on. All pistols for FURIA, and they do indeed invest fully into the round. I think the most they had was $2,400. So G2 going to encounter some resistance again. And one more time you can see G2 players gravitating towards this A-bomb site slowly but surely and methodically. Clearing out all the positions. Yeah, there's that same Molotov from last round we were just talking about.
Yeah, I mean, that just is like a standard play. I actually, you talked about how the meta could evolve just around that little corner of the building, and I actually think that there's so much potential. And the funny thing is, that's so far away from how you would normally think about a game of Counter-Strike, right? Like it isn't. I can't think of any other equivalents like that where you would have just like one spot that could be changed around so much. So I think that actually be really interesting. I think I'm not a huge fan of this map, as I think most people know, but but at the same time, like, we're playing it, so like, and I think if we can see it evolve over time, like, then it starts to have a history. Maybe that'll make it more interesting over time.
FURIA in this round is not enough weaponry to challenge, not enough utility to hold G2 at bay. And they're going to bail themselves out with all 5 players surviving so far, unless Quesorado can find one at the end. He's got 6 kills, which isn't bad, all things considering. He's been at the B bomb site, and they haven't even messed with it. They haven't even thrown a fake there really yet. So should be able to get this one at the end. Headshot unnecessary, but cool. Dropped from behind by Hunter. So we're all tied up now at 3-3, and this time FURIA is going to have to sit back and not invest in anything.
Just because you said headshot. You know how they brought back the 1.6 knife?
Oh, you want like the 1.6 animation for headshots?
Yeah. If we could get that back, I would just be so happy. That and the beat.
How much would you pay for the headshot animation from 1.6?
Or as like an in-game buy
Yeah,
thing?
what if they made it like an in-game $1.99, $3.99? What are we talking here?
Like at least $100, probably more. Probably like 500.
That seems extreme. But
No, that was like the whole thing, It's my childhood right there.
The nostalgia is strong. Nexus got an off angle, misses his chance, and now he's going to get swarmed. You can see him backing away, using the utility for cover, using Hunter to help out. Serbian brothers going at it. Burning a little bit, but everyone's safe from G2, and they take a 1-round lead.
I'll tell you an interesting factoid as well. Hunter has a cousin that plays in FaZe called Nico. It's early in the morning, Jason.
Yeah, you're warming up. That's the opening gambit.
And it's how we start.
All right. Well, once again, ooh, FURIA's. See, this is the kind of decision. I don't want to say it pisses me off, but it does make me scratch my head.
Yeah.
Because if you're just gonna half buy in this round, why didn't you just full save when you had 2K and you fully bought? You know, you've now spent 3 rounds without being able to fight for a round.
You have got an edge in the head scratching department. There's no hair in the way.
There you are, warming up nicely, I see.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
But it is like confused, like the logic behind it, right?
Yeah.
Like you understand you want to fight for as many rounds, and they probably felt like maybe they want an AWP, maybe they're right on the edge, but that's the 2K that you could be buying in this round.
Yeah, and I mean I agree even more because I actually think the AWP is kind of important on this map. Like, you know, if you look at it, you would say, but there is no long range to fight on this. But yeah, you need to get aggressive, and someone like Henny could do it, right?
Well, again, as we've seen so many times, Astralis in some ways kind of defining the meta on this map with how aggressive they can be with Device at this A ramp.
Well, I mean, there's another team that did it really well. Jame on Avant-Garde, he played super aggressive CT side AWPing, and it's worked really well for him. So I just think it's one of those things that has to happen more often for more teams.
Well, we'll see. It's a tough thing to manage. Here comes the utility. Nexa watching for anyone to be flushed out, and again the defense stacking up at the A bomb set. I think we've come here 8 rounds now. Ooh, yeah. Shooting your teammate in the back of the head isn't the best thing in the world, but it's not going to cause any kind of issues in the round. Hold that thought, K-Serato, 2 HP. If he'd landed that, there might have been a chance, but not enough health to get into another gunfight. 5-3. FURIA hasn't been able to really contend. They haven't had the rifles in 3 rounds. Now they're going to get them out. But still, it's a little bit on the edge, especially for Henny with that AWP.
Did you see Hunter rocking his chair towards the... just trying to get it closer inch by inch?
I did not.
That could be a GIF all on its own. Yeah, I think I still... like, AWP or not, they have one in this round. I want to see him... Again, I want to see him a little bit more aggression out of FURIA. I want to see how they can handle that. This kind of play now, unfortunately for them, Henny's holding his out. If he keeps going Henny, he's dead before he can do anything. Like, there's a little bit of smoke. It's so dark down here when you're peeking from the outside. It's very hard to see much of anything. But yeah, he's not going to go for it. I still like the idea of pushing up here. I mean, I want them to be even more aggressive, but
I wonder if you can spam that corner. Henny was looking at. Ooh, the little feet are showing from Jax. He gets his toes blown off. Art with a foot fetish.
Well, there we go. I don't know if you can have toe replacement surgery.
They use your fingers.
They use your fingers. Yeah, you take every other finger. You just have to compromise. Maybe you can... Maybe...
Don't even go down this road. This is not worth it.
I'm just saying, it'd be weird to live life with somebody else's toes on your feet, right?
Jesus. Oh, that's a good find as well. What a return. Art did not even see it coming.
They definitely don't do whole head replacement surgery. We're not far enough advanced. They'll have to wait to 2025 before they start doing that stuff.
Well, this is what you talked about earlier. Mid control goes over to G2, and they've just posted up Almanac. They can rotate across and around the map. 38 seconds left, and Almanac is going to be such a tough person to clear out. K-Serato at this point, once you lose mid, his teammates have to do something, because K-Serato's got to start feeling the pressure, and they haven't gone to this bomb site yet, and no utility is being spent over at A, so you could see Vinny starting to peer towards mid, but he still has no idea. K-Serato on an island, all on his own.
Yeah, and they have a Molotov as well on Nexus, so he's in a lot of trouble. It's a great job that he gets that first kill, and Hunter goes down. Amanek blowing up the door, and that's losing the mid-control for you. 9 seconds left, and now they're in trouble. Amanek, he's holding this for the minute. The bomb is being planted on the other side, and oh, Kenny only just gets it. They took a bit longer getting that bomb down than I was even expecting. I actually thought that would be the first thing, and I think Amanek was... In any other scenario, he isn't flanked that quickly, so I guess credit to FURIA actually for being there. I think, was that Vinny or Yuri who was coming up to the flank really quickly?
I think it was Yuri. I think they'd started to move over. Regardless,
that is so important, because otherwise, you know, the bomb probably goes down and there's no chance at all here. That's a great defense from FURIA.
This has been a trend, especially with G2 in their matchup against Na'Vi, but we've seen a lot of teams starting to really run down this clock late into the round, and it's getting dangerous. And I mean, you don't have to look too hard to see the consequences or to see like the different elements of what happens when you, like all the obstacles that present itself when there's only 10 seconds left. G2's got to be careful. 5-4, just a narrow lead. Plenty of cash on the offensive side of things. The first round they go B, they have mid control, but they don't net a round win.
Yeah, and I think they just weren't. They weren't ready to lose that one player to Quesarado early on. I mean, I think actually, if you rewatch it, I'm pretty sure Nexa already had the Molotov out to photo his position, and you know they were maybe a little bit late with it. So then he got that first kill, and all of a sudden it was a bit closer than they wanted.
Well, Art is in a dangerous position, can be exposed from the B stairs. That's why Quesarado is so aggressive. But when this smoke clears, Art's gonna have a tough fight on his hand. He spots the shadow jumping. Amanek throws out a flashbang, and Art is going to give up the angle. That was a one-chance shot, and then back away from it. 50 seconds on the clock now. Hunter still over towards that A bomb site, keeping a staging area for his teammates to rotate over.
Look at Henny. Hunter didn't even have a Molotov, so he couldn't actually clear it out. Neither does Kenny, who's the next guy up. Next is the only one with a Molotov if they wanted to clear out those sandbags. Now there's going to be a smoke for him to walk away, and that's probably very, very smart. Now here's the problem, though, if you're playing CT side on this map, even 4 versus 5, you're not safe at all. A lot of bad things can still happen. 20 seconds left, which is not a lot of time, but they are right on the lip of that bomb site. Amanek is in the middle somewhere, and he's going to be opening up, taking down Yuri, trying to stop the rotation. Art will get him in return. 10 seconds on the clock. They're running right into the fire and trying to get it done. Jack's going down. The bomb is planted at least, but Kenny's the only one left, and he's got no chance. Vinny with a nice triple kill. And then it's going to be FURIA now tying it all up at 5-5. I think they are off to a very good start here, FURIA, in spite of everything. Yeah, they really are. Once they've got this money, I mean, we kind of criticize them for, I kind of criticize them for having 3 rounds with just pistols. But ever since then, ever since they've got this AWP out in Henny's hands, ever since they've got some of the utility behind the buy, they've been sitting very, very nice. Able to delay, able to do some creative things over towards that A bomb site when they get aggressive at sandbags. 5-5, and now a double op setup is underway. Yeah, I mean, you know, that I think they even had that last round, right? Art was playing over at the window at B, and Henny was playing at the sandbags corner. So it's strange, right? Because I think sometimes we fall into like a rhythm of just saying, well, the good old maps are like maps like Train or Dust 2, where there's like long distance, you have the scope, you can go with double scope, and you know it's easier. But you know, some of these maps, like this map, I don't think double op on this map is crazy at all. Of course, it's going to make retakes almost impossible. But then again, retakes are already impossible. So you're not losing much. Well, we'll see where they put the other one. And he's going to be at the A bomb site. Art's going to be in middle again. Ooh, there's a nice leg shot onto Kenny. That was fast, and he knows he tagged it. He throws out the nade. That deals great damage onto Jax. What a nice opening from Henny. This time, G2, all 5 players towards the A-bomb site immediately. And that is another beautiful shot. There's just so many different places that G2 is having to clear, especially doing this fast. And Henny's ready for it all. And they need to win those fights. So that's Kenny going down from the early leg shot there from Henny. So this is just working out so well. A beautiful opening so far for Henny. And now they're 5-on-3. Putting up all the grenades, no fakes, no nothing. They are just going for it at 1 minute and 10 seconds, and they need to win a fight right here. Nexa dodging a flashbang. He saw that coming very well, but they still need to get on the side. Vinny will go down. And I think right now FURIA just need to wait for the bomb plant here. Once the bomb is being planted, they're going to have to cover it. It's going to be tricky. And G2 have to get this plant down now. I mean, they have no more utility left. All they have is that decoy and Amanek. So Hunter's holding the angle. He does find one. Now it's all about frags. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing creative to break yourself out of this. And Henny, with no smokes in his face, he is accurate as can be. And Amanek left in a 1 versus 3. And I don't see it happening. There's Art again, the double op setup, just holding angles, 4 kills across the both of them. And FURIA have grabbed a hold of this game 3 rounds straight now to take a 6-5 lead. Yeah, that was a huge round from Henny. He only got 2 kills, but he did way more than that. You go slow and you run out of time and you can't overcome obstacles. You go fast and Henny leg shots Kenny and drops a 50 damage nade onto another player. I don't understand why I think it's much more doable for them to to try and go slow. Like the problem is like now that double up setup is being really annoying for them. Ooh, they run down that Mac 10 or sorry the rifle on Yuri. And Jax with the opening just jumping around the corner. That's really something. This is G2's map pick as well, Vertigo.
And they haven't shown a whole lot of tactical diversity. Oh, this is a brutal angle. Let's see how it goes. Ooh, they must have known he was there. Might have heard the scope, but Nexa's got the immediate dink, and even though he's traded, they're going to love that. If they can hit the timing on this, it's only Art at this bomb site, and they now know his position. He misses that flick. Now he's in trouble. Misses that as well. Kenny with the return with the deagle. And that MAC-10 is up close. It's cleared out by Vinny, but he's down low. Dinked as he tries to make his way into the bomb site.
Grenade doesn't really do anything there. And there's another lurk late in the middle of the map here. Amanek just with a P250, but that stolen AWP to take down Henny. Vinny doing his best to get into it, but it's not going to be possible. That's a great steal for G2. Just the speed behind it, the forward position there from K Serrato, and probably maybe could have got more out of it. We've seen people in that position before by the, I don't know, what is it, generator or something down there?
Yep, that works.
But
it's hard that late in the round. I mean, if he's back in the bomb site with the op, Art has a bit more safety around him, so he can actually play that differently, or maybe Kenny's not able to get the angle. Regardless, another timeout coming in as these teams are tied up 6-6.
That's a bit of relief for G2.
It's 13 kills for Kenny S to lead the server. 13 and 8 on him. 10 kills on Vinny is next up. That's leading the way for FURIA, but they've got 3 players at 9 frags. And actually, both teams, pretty decent spread as frustration is coming out. Timeout completed. Round 13 underway. Double up setup on the T side now. 3 SMGs for this defense. We'll see how aggressive they get, but they might walk right into Amanek. Ooh. I don't know how that missed, but such is life, Anders.
Yeah, I'm surprised he sort of even tried, stuck around and actually repeat that angle. That's even dangerous. But nothing much comes of it. He's losing 21 health, and now they're leaving K Serrato alone over on this side. But they've been doing that so much. It's a risk you have to take. The problem with your K Serrato is when you know they have all these grenades, that position can be Molotoved instantly, and even if you smoke, that's going to help you maybe a little bit.
That B bomb site on this map feels a lot like Beyond Mirage. It's one of those cold positions that we talk about a number of times where you're not going to get a whole lot of action throughout the game, but when it comes your way, you better deliver.
Yeah, when it comes your way, it's more than you want. Like you just get the feeling like, I'm kind of bored in this game, and it's like, it's way too much. It's way too, please.
I take it back. I want to be bored again.
Yeah, just want to go back. Hunter is playing alone on that A-bomb side.
He's going to get it here. He's going to get way more than he wants. We'll see how much of a fake this can actually cause. I mean, 4 defenders are here, so it's not like you're pulling anyone away. It's more like you're keeping players here. And now comes the hit. K Serrato, just a cute little MP9, and somehow through the smoke, he does massive damage, but never had any idea that Jax was wrapping around. That happened way too fast, and even Vinny with his own SMG can't do enough. They might want to start thinking about saving this all pretty soon here.
Yeah, I agree. 3 takes on this site is... It's really no picnic. Oh, they picked up a Krieg as well on Yuri, so now I'd definitely say it's probably not worth it. Henny will pick up a kill. Bomb is down, and they do have a kit on Arts. I mean, if they got a couple more kills right now, it could work out. Amanek covering a very, very good line into the bomb site here, and they're not doing much to move forward. They don't have any more smokes, no flashbangs, no molotovs to force anyone out. You need those tools to get into it. Missed chance for Art, and now Henny and Yuri are both down. So that's the Krieg gone, and I'm not even sure Art can save this AWP any longer. It's going to be a little bit tricky at least, and he'll go down to Amanek. A good round for Amanek, a double for him and a triple for Jax. And G2 winning a 7th round, and that'll blow out the economy for FURIA once again.
That actually was way more competitive than I thought it would be. Once K Serrato went down, those MP9s did some work. G2 is almost fortunate to get away with that. The nice thing they had was the double op setup. I mean, they just had great lines to watch. That retake was going to be so tough regardless. But still, FURIA making it closer than I even expected. 6-7. And nothing, as you mentioned, to fight with except for a Zeus. Here comes a push. Hunter's going to have an opportunity. I have to imagine they heard the Zeus footsteps.
And I think they're going to check it regardless. Ooh, that's a good wallbang. You like that. Didn't do, the same amount of damage, but I think everybody checks these things now. I think this whole way through now, it's become such a competitive part of the map that you just always have to look for it. Okay. Nexa just doesn't even care.
No, I'll take that dink all day long.
Absolutely unfazed by the situation.
Yeah, he'll come right back for it. Gets stronger when he's dinked.
It's like one of those, you get to throw the first punch.
But I'm going to throw the next 3.
Yeah, well, or, you know, but you better knock me out because the return's going to be pretty. Have you ever seen those? This might be going off topic. Have you seen those like Russian slapping contests?
I have. Those are intense.
They're very intense.
I had a buddy of mine send me that because we. You know what? Maybe that's not a discussion for on air.
That might.
Let's just say I've been in some slapping contests myself back in my day. I saw someone linked us the Japanese video of the guys who
face
are bald.
slapping or
No, yeah, face slapping. The guys who put like the really strong suction cups in their head, and they have like who has the stronger bald head, and they have like a tug of war between their 2 bald scalps. That's very weird.
Weird, but also entertaining. You know, I don't mind it. I need to be careful about making fun of bald people because I'm.
Yeah, you're
it's coming. It's going to be a couple of years.
Yeah, you're getting there.
Yeah, so but that's also kind of why I want to get my chance now. You know, like,
you get all your licks in now.
Yeah,
I did that too. Don't worry.
All right, that's good.
8-6. Here we go. Final round of the first half, and FURIA trying to scrape together anything as much as they possibly can. AWP in Henny's hands. He's got no armor. Look at this play from Art. I don't think we've seen this level of aggression quite yet, and this might just work out. No one is looking. He's found a perfect timing on this. Oh, Nexa has the flank, but Art now needs to back off, so at least he found it. But that's an unfortunate loss for Nexa.
That was, I mean, yeah, that is just a lottery, isn't it? Like, how do you know if you're going to be getting that? Nice peek from Vinny using the VLC cone as a way to just avoid getting spotted. And
using the spam after it as well. Doesn't even matter if it's a clean, straight-up fight. He just knows the position and gets back into the wall. And Art, he's just...
Have I mentioned lately how I just like watching FURIA play for the, like, again, it's so crazy.
I think Art has been a really fun player to watch this tournament for me. It's been a bit of a revelation. Kenny, this is an awkward timing. Oh, he's going to double him up. They're already injured from Vinny's spam early on. That's a good find, and Art can just back off again. He's been such a nuisance this entire round. First flanking down the ladder, now finding a new angle for it, and it's just on Jax. He's going to push in. He'll find Art. Just a nice little one-tap to the side. 105 ADR for Jax in this half. Not too shabby at all.
No, he's had a very good game, which it's not even surprising anymore, right? He's been a really, really fun addition to French Counter-Strike. Jax, even with one more headshot to take down Yuri, it just still seems very unlikely, but maybe if he was lightning fast about it, he could get the bomb plant down, but how is he supposed to know that no one's, like, there immediately? Now they are anyway, so he's going to fake it once, go for the kill. Now he has to go through with it, and Henny's going to be creeping around the corner. That's the worst thing in the world, isn't it, when you're like...
You see the shoulder slowly coming around. It's the worst horror movie ever.
Have some privacy? Like, I'm trying to do my job here, and you're intruding all the time. Like, I've tried to leave the office door locked and, like, closed, and you just keep showing up.
Keep showing up. Well, we're going to take some privacy as well. It's halftime break, and we'll be right back.
Back on Vertigo, second half here. It's MIBR and G2 Esports for best of 3.
Excuse me?
You know
You
what?
just confused Brazilian teams. You said MIBR.
Say that did I do?
You
Really?
did.
Wow.
Well.
That's-
Another coffee for Anders, please. Stat.
Yeah, the problem is I already had 2, so I can't even use that excuse. I don't know. Maybe I was just going on autopilot or something. Maybe there is something wrong with my brain after all. Yeah, apologies.
It's the aliens.
It is FURIA. And you know what? I shouldn't be mixing them up. I do love watching FURIA play a lot.
Yeah.
Like there are some. I have my doubts about the long-term future, and I have some. Every once in a while I see some things where I'm like, but why are you making these mistakes now, guys? But just I walk away from almost every game thinking this is still pretty great.
The
like,
players,
it's really entertaining.
I think the players on an individual level are so much fun to watch. I think there's a lot of cool things going on in this FURIA team. Sometimes the team aspect does make you wonder, but it's always exciting at the very least.
Now G2, let's see what they can bring us here. They did pick the map there. They're up 8-7 right now. If they can win the pistol round, that'll give them a pretty good lead. Jax is playing really well. Kenny's playing really well. Those are all really good building blocks for a potential good map here on this Vertigo battleground.
Ooh, towards middle we go for this T-side pistol. Jax is going to have a big job, and especially Nexa, because it looks like Vinny is waiting to come up the stairs with a lot of players willing to just jump through that gap.
Yeah, I think if they go through middle and Jax can't stop them, Nexa's got no chance.
The question, remember, Jax is the big one with the communication that people talk about, not being able to communicate as much. So will he be able to pass the information along fast enough so that Nexa can be safe? He calls out the smoke. Nexa hasn't budged. They can come through that drop any second now, but instead they're going to split through the door. Oh, this is very aggressive, very quick. That's a perfect flashbang. What a pop flash from Hetty. And that's going to open up the bomb site so well. A triple kill for Yuri, and that's stunning. I loved everything about that.
That was a very, very good flashbang to go, over the door as you're opening it. That was beautiful. Amanek and Hunter, 2 versus 4, and Benny in the corner. Hunter will take him down. So a bit of an attempt at a retake here. They do have a kit and a smoke, and we've actually seen some really crazy smoke diffusers on this map. It's not going to be on top of the bomb, instead just trying to block them off on one side. I don't mind that either. Amanek will take down Art, and Hunter will get one more kill. Now, can he find him in the last couple of seconds? He's going to have to be lightning fast here. Yuri, oh my god, he shoots him right through the smoke, and Hunter with the triple kill and the save. I can't believe it.
That's so unreasonable. That is just stolen out of the hands of FURIA. What a play from Hunter. That was just desperation. That was his only opportunity.
Yeah, it really was. This is crazy. There's absolutely. Yeah, he's just shooting. That's what he had to do, right? If the other option was, jumping through the smoke to look for him, like that would have already been too much time off the clock, right? That would have been taking the time that was left. That's huge.
I cannot believe it. Hunter is just kicked FURIA right in the balls. They've got that stomach ache. Art's got a Krieg. The plan is going to allow them to buy the triple Krieg second round strategy. Hunter just waiting behind the sandbags. There is 2 Molotovs. Hunter has no smoke to extinguish the flames if they do come this route, but I think Kenny S maybe waiting. Oh, that's a good timing. Follow up as well. He can spray down 3, and he's got it. Again, the hero from the pistol round. 1 health left. How do you get out of this one? Here comes a Molotov from the CT side, and that's him going down. I think that was actually a contact death, but Amanek's going to clean things up either way. 3 Kriegs does absolutely nothing. Hunter is just a stud to open up this second half.
Oh, they threw the bottle at him, didn't they? It's turned into a bar fight. That's amazing. Oh man, I think I've never seen a Molotov kill someone before in a professional game. That is.
Yeah, we don't get it too often, do we?
No, it's very.
That seems like the perfect place for it to happen, though.
Yeah. I can guarantee you FURIA are going to be throwing Molotovs at that position every single time from here on out. That's a very costly triple kill. That's where they needed to do damage to the G2 economy. They needed to get back in the game pretty early. They had every chance to, but now instead it's a very, very different feeling.
Yeah, this CT side, I mean, just based off these first 3 rounds, which admittedly isn't much, but it seems like G2 knows what they're doing. They seem pretty situated, but we'll see now that the rifles are out. Although I guess theoretically, FURIA's already had a rifle round with 3 Kriegs. Now they've got 5. If 3 doesn't work, add 2 more.
11-7.
Hunter has only got 13 kills, but the 5 he's had in this half so far have been massive, and he's going to have a chance for more, although they spotted him very quickly. Problem is, they can't really hunt him down the way they'd like. Oh, look how aggressive he's getting. And he's going to back off once that smoke goes up, but throwing some utility. Art's down low, and somehow Hunter's going to get away after massive aggression, and they get him out without being too costly to their utility as well.
Oh. They leave him with 1 grenade. They're like, you know what? If you want this part of the map so badly, you know, you can have a little present to go with it.
You can have it. Here's a tree. Ooh, Molotov pop flash for the player to peek. Jax has a chance. Actually, don't throw it. Vinny's taken down 1. He's got a leg into the B bomb site. He's going to try and hold on to it, scoped up with an off angle. Yuri's here now as well.
And he's done this on his own. Yuri wasn't here before. It's just Vinny who managed to win that first fight, so that's great news. 4 versus 4. And okay, Serrado, a little bit of a gamble there, fighting around the sandbags. That's a beautiful boost, and it works out for a kill at least, but Hunter will get dropped as the guy trying to get that boost in. 3 versus 3 now. Bomb planted in front. Yuri hiding in the corner. There's a smoke left on Serrado. Might be of limited use at this point in time, and no more grenades left on G2 trying to retake the bomb site. That's going to make it significantly more difficult here. Good shot from Serrado, and now, I don't know, it's going to be tricky. Jax just going down. Henny will drop him, and Kenny winning back here the whole time, and Henny will come look for him. FURIA winning a big round here, surviving with 3 members.
Without utility, there's no way to flush some of those players out of those corners. That is a very nice take from Vinny, all on his own, to just control that bomb site, hold an angle with the Krieg, and FURIA is just able to march right into the B bomb site. As someone who has had to defend this bomb site in just a simple show match against the Renegades guys, against guys like JKS and Aza, I can tell you it sucks being that B defender. There's so many different ways. Like that one-man contact, just duel, is really tough to deal with.
Yeah.
Obviously, the set pieces are really tough to deal with. There's a lot of variety, and it's an uncomfortable situation for the defenders.
So still a really close game. G2. Obviously, they won that sort of early buy round again that FURIA had, so that means they still have an economy to buy into this one. That's the good news. Bad news is after that, it's not looking great. So
look at this boost up towards the A bomb site, trying to find an entrance. Ooh, at least spotting the information, nading Hunter. And again, the CT side running out of nades, so this retake's going to be tough. Holding this off is going to be tough, and I think FURIA might just challenge it early. With 1 minute left, they're not running down the clock like G2. Pop flash, the timing might be perfect. Hunter, oh, he's going to turn the corner, ignores the player up top, and gets a double kill. He's just been so good and so dynamic on this CT side.
Well, I have a thought about that in a minute, but Amanek will be getting the kill on Art, who was trying to sneak through the smoke, and good job there, because otherwise maybe Art could have been running a little bit too close to Kenny, as I actually think Art knew exactly where Kenny was, so that might have been dangerous. Bomb has gone down, and there is a smoke on Nexer, and that one smoke, where it goes down, could be absolutely critical for this retake here for the G2 side. It's planted quite out towards the edge of the building, and it's going to be, that's a very good smoke. It's going to be covering the bomb and even a little bit forward, so it's harder to guess exactly where the player defusing is. Yuri will get the kill on Kenny, though, so I think they know where he is now. But can they actually do this? Jax will get Vinny, but Yuri's still back here, and he can actually just shoulder peek this all day. No defuse this time. Yuri's low on health, but I think he may have done enough. It's a triple, and they're running away on the other side. There's no chance here. That's a painful loss, because they had the man lead. I think they even knew where those last players were, and they just couldn't do anything. Again, if they had a Molotov or something, that would have been it.
Oh, that's rough for G2. Again, Hunter provides a 2-man opening, and they can't capitalize on it.
That flash peek in, you mentioned it, he ignores the player up top. Whenever I see like a new player I've never seen before, whenever people start saying, oh, you know, this new kid coming up playing really well out of Finland or something like that, whenever I see those people play in a match and I see something like that, where, you know, they have a quick decision to make, and the decision is like, I either try and get all 3, and probably I just do like, you know, not enough damage to kill the first, and then my team is down a man, or I just commit to the fight and say, you know what, at least I'm going to follow through on this. That's like that's a specific kind of decision-making skill that I think is unbelievably important.
I don't know if he actually mentally even chose to ignore that player. He might have just been so tunnel visioned and just never even saw him on a screen.
It could be not, but let's say that he did.
Yeah.
I think if you're able to make those choices, and I think the problem is if you're the kind of player who has a hard time doing that, it's so hard to learn. Like it's close to something like instinct, I think. But there are a couple of players that you see them and you think like, yeah, they just always do that. They at least always finish the kill, you know, as opposed to trying to do too many things at once.
Hunter boosted up looking for information, and they have to start getting creative. This is the last buy that G2 has. No AWP, light on utility. Kenny saving what he can, just the CZ. 1250 in the bank so he can have an op-out as soon as possible. That footstep is going to give away the game just a little bit as they bust up the stack. And when this hit eventually does come in, I don't even think there's anything to stop it. I think G2 might just want to call a straight-up save. Maybe Hunter gets lucky with the AUG.
He has a flashbang. It could be, well, now it can't be. I was going to say it could be the best flashbang of all time. That's a, oh my god, he actually thinks him through. There's only 20 seconds now. Suddenly things are a bit different. That was lightning fast from Kenny.
Now you throw the kitchen sink at it. Now you send everyone in. Oh, that's a good kill. The bomb down again. Time is running out, and FURIA might have just outplayed themselves. Jack's providing so much cover. The bomb is not being planted, and G2 are going to steal one away as FURIA somehow slows it down way too much.
That was, I mean, Kenny only had the one kill, but he did all the damage to stop the bomb plant. And the speed with which he got that one kill was kind of disgusting.
That's astounding. That was so firmly in the control of FURIA until Kenny S gets involved. And then the time. Jack's providing cover. Jack's able to drop the bomb carrier again. G2's gotten away with a couple. You think this round here now, you think back to the pistol round, the spam to the smoke. They've got Lady Luck on their side.
12-9. Yeah, that was great news. Nexa, I mean, he is a solid player. There's just no doubt about it. What can they do now, FURIA? With no bomb plant, they don't even get the bonus of that. They're in economic trouble, but we're also nearing the last third of the map here, so they need to be careful. We're past into the last third of the map. But, well, 2 flashbangs, and that is more or less it. Hunter on the corner end. It's a free kill for him there on Art. And yeah, this is, I mean, I don't know what they can possibly do. Just some Deagle challenges coming up, but ultimately this should be 13 rounds for G2 with some ease. Yeah,
with some luck, we should say.
Yeah, with a little bit of luck in. Yeah.
But you know, that's the way it goes.
Surely that is just the nature of playing on this map as well, isn't it? Like, sometimes you just have to. I think the problem is so often it goes the other way for the T side, right? Like, you know, they're the ones that you just happen to get the bomb plant down, and then the smokes are up, and people have to try and come through the smokes to you know, go for the retake, and it's all very tricky. Yuri, chance for a 1D, but not much of one. Hunter will find another triple kill, and it's 13-9.
And the money for G2 is actually so very strong.
Yeah.
So strong. Kenny has 5,400, and he's not even, I mean, he's got an AUG, so he doesn't need to upgrade to the AWP. A tactical timeout being called by FURIA as they want to talk things over, figure out if they can find a way to break this defense. And they'll need to do it a couple times to take the money away, but this might be one of the last really good efforts they have at it, especially if they can't get a plant. Losing bonus almost fully built up for him, but Kriegs and AKs coming out for the attacking side.
I'm a really big fan of the pop flashes in that they've done for Hunter a couple of times.
Yes.
Over at that A site.
I think FURIA looks at this and says, back to the B bomb site. I think you have to really test that. We haven't seen too much of FURIA challenging in mid. We saw G2 do it in the first half with Omenek being in position and being a little bit of a lurker. We haven't really seen FURIA exploit that a whole lot just yet.
No, they did in that one round. They flashed over the door, right? And that was very cool. But yeah, they haven't exploited it too much. Oh, I don't know how Omenek sees that, but he does. Jax will go down early in the round, though. Ooh.
Just as we say it. Yeah. Nexa, you got a job to do. Hunter's been delivering. It's your turn now, and you're going to have no support as Yuri controls middle. It's going to be a hard rotation. Omenek has to go the long way, so still some time, but there's the flashbang. They're going to retake it. That's perfect. Yuri never looks away. And the follow-up as well. It's Hunter again. He might even get a third if he's stuck around, but Jesus, is he providing so much for G2. What a performance in this second half.
Yeah, that was magnificent. Vinny will get the kill on Nexa at the very least. Trying to see if he can clear his way into the bomb site. And the bomb is coming up behind somewhere. Actually, it's not. Henny will go down to Hunter.
What a god.
He's just finding triple kills in every round now, it seems. And Vinny at a 1 versus 3. He's going to have to go and fight his way in to pick up the bomb, and that's not going to be possible. Kenny's waiting for him. 14 rounds for G2. And things looking much better now.
And Hunter has shot up the scoreboard. Well, previously, just a couple rounds ago, he was at 12 kills. Now he's at 21. He's leading the way for his team. Jax and Almanac both at 20, so not too far behind.
Wow.
But Hunter has been the man in this second half. Like, he has had the most impact of anyone else.
Why have they put in rules for the casters in the map? That seems unreasonable.
What, no tank tops?
Yeah, there were other things on that list too.
I didn't see it.
Fair enough. It's getting rough now for FURIA.
Yeah, it's not great. And, I mean, even this time they have, once again, Vinny is able to find that challenge towards the B bomb site that's just so ridiculous. Just one player walking up those stairs able to get the headshot onto Nexa. And I can't believe Hunter's just able to shut down mid in that fashion. A great pop flash. The second kill was stunning. And FURIA is going to have to just play with pistols, and this might actually be a benefit to them if they can get the. They have plenty of utility if they can go for an execute and just swarm into the bomb sites. You never know how those CZs and the P250s can change things, the mobility of it. But certainly a big advantage to G2 to get up to map point very early and have 6 chances to close this out. Round 24 underway. A little bit of nade damage dished out to Vinny down to 67 HP. But this is a much more spread out setup for G2. They're not stacking towards one bomb site. 2 players in mid, 2 players at A, and Nexa peering onto the top of the stairs and through the grate, looking for information.
Yeah, and he can afford to fall back when they don't have all the weaponry here. FURIA, he can call him for backup from Amanek and Jax, who are sort of right next door. He's going to stick around, though, and try and take the fight. And, oh, they're actually shooting through as well. He gets 1 kill, and then he gets run down by the CZ-75. Amanek hiding inside of the smoke. There's confusion just all across the board now. It's so hard for him to know where to even look. I mean, I don't know if there is like a way to do this. Now, they're out of grenades on the FURIA side, and even just Jax getting that 1 kill, that's really great news. Now they can probably slow it down, and they're going to see that no more smoke's going to be coming up, and they can start to take some cleaner fights. Okay, Serrata will find Jax, and then Hunter wrapping around. He'll go down. Still some good kills. And Art now, 1 versus 2. He needs this round for FURIA right now. Otherwise, they might not have a chance on this map. Hiding back there. He's been spotted now, but he gets the kill on Amanek, and that's great news. A double for him so far. And Kenny, just no chance. Close range with that AWP. Art with the triple instead. Not the best game for Art, actually. It started out really well, but that was his 12th kill and a very important one.
What a it's just so tough to get back into this bomb site. A nice take from FURIA, and you can see how difficult, how much it sucks to be that lone defender at the B bomb site. Not only do you have to worry about them swarming you, coming from the top of the stairs, jumping through smokes, but I mean, you can see the positioning of FURIA. They have 2 players just spamming that grate. So when Nexa actually peeks out to the right of the boxes, he's getting shot from just the verticality nature of the fight. Is so tough to handle. 1 for 1, and FURIA is able to hold on. But there's the economy from the G2 side that we mentioned. They'd done such a good job of building it up, so another very strong buy coming in for the defense. They're okay for the moment. But FURIA, with that victory, have given themselves a chance for a reset, bring themselves right back into this game.
What a cool way to peek middle. Jax is there from the normal side, but Amanek is sort of reverse boosted up into the window. They throw the pop flash from far away, and they both peek at the same time. If you're on the T side and you've pushed up to that corner, and you know that's not going to end well for you. It's a nice idea. 25th round. FURIA have the grenades.
Well, Amanek's here. I would imagine he's more in support with that 1 flashbang than with his actual weapon. He's way back towards CT spawn. Yeah, he's just holding it ready to toss as soon as Nexa feels it. And if you're G2, you have to imagine this is going to be towards that B bomb site. And that flash is just a bit early. But now they have 2 players in front of the set smoke. And there goes Amanek. Nexa still at an off angle, completely blinded. Again, what are you supposed to do with TK in? But they've already lost the site. I don't think it matters. And if Kenny can't get a pick early on, they're going to back away. And they're already choosing to do it.
Yeah, they don't have the money at all.
FURIA's found the not necessarily the weak point, but they found the point where they can have success on this offense, and it's now G2's turn to adapt.
Can we find out how that TK happened? I mean, I know it was a grenade, but like, just kind of want to see the replay.
Maybe it clipped a box. Maybe he thought he was...
Yeah, we've seen, who was it? Was it FURIA yesterday that grenaded himself a couple of times?
Yeah, he did. I was very curious. Brazilian players and their nades got to be a little bit more cautious with those things.
Yeah, you don't want to be... You don't want to be... you know, I've been to shooting ranges. I feel like if someone said, do you want to try and, like, you know, try and throw a hand grenade, I'd be like, I probably actually don't. Like,
yeah, no, I wouldn't get anywhere near a hand grenade.
Just to, you know...
Not about that life.
No, it feels like the kind of thing where you could make a serious mistake, and,
there's very
and
real
the result would be not good.
14-11, 3 weapons saved up for G2. They could actually buy behind this. I don't know if they want to risk the utility. Maybe just save and see what these 3 guns can provide. 21 kills for Hunter, 19 for Yuri. The entry kills for Hunter have been stellar, especially... We had this conversation yesterday. Maybe if you just change it to opening kills in this second half on the CT side, Hunter has been so godlike towards that A bomb site, and that's part of the reason I think why FURIA has gone away from it. He's been such a stud. Why mess? And now look at the defense. This is the adaptation I mentioned. It's their turn to try something. 3 players at the B bomb site. 1 player at mid, 1 player at A.
Yeah, and they've left Hunter on the one side with the org and just said, you just have to handle that, and we're gonna go look for a fight on this side. Vinny seems keenly aware that this might be the kind of play that's coming. That's just well done. I mean, getting the kill is one thing, but just the awareness that they would maybe be trying some trickery. And that happens early in the round, right? It's not like waiting for that FURIA is now, you know, in a hurry or anything. Yeah, but there's footsteps being made below Hunter, so you could see the team is rotating over to stack up at this bomb site. This is a real chance they can turn this round, and FURIA is going to have a decision to make. They're not hiding this whatsoever. 50 seconds left. There's full sets of utility, and Hunter is spotting everything. 1 or 2 kills from this position can slow it down to such a massive degree. There's the not hiding this whatsoever. 50 seconds left. And Hunter's play is to get up close. Kenny S with the off. He can't find any shots yet, and the fire burning him as well. He's got to back off. Nice utility usage from FURIA. They've negated everything except for this push. Oh, there's another one behind. They go back and check for it. Every time you see that, you think, like, this is going to be it. Like, where he rolls around the corner, gets everybody. But they're smart. They go back and look for it. 14-12 now. And FURIA are not done playing this map in G2. I mean... Final timeout being called. They can obviously buy in this round, right? It wouldn't be with the AWP, and it would be with very limited grenades. I actually think they do buy in this round, I'm guessing, but then they almost have to be aggressive, right? I think they'll go for a half buy, if anything. You think half buy? I don't think they'll fully invest in this one. I think they'll want the AWP on Kenny. I think they'll want the utility, because when you look at some of these rounds they've lost, these last 3, part of the issue has been the retake at the B bomb site. No Molotovs to flush any player out of the back corner. No smokes to block off the cross into the bomb site. Same thing with that A bomb site just now. Nothing to hold them back. So I think you need to wait until you have the nades to counter some of these set pieces, Molotovs to delay the plant, flashbangs for the aggressive peaks from Hunter that we saw at the beginning of this half. And that's exactly what they're doing. Just pistols, SMGs, a scout on Hunter. So bringing enough to have the potential, to have the possibility there, but saving enough to have a strong buy in the next round. That is a bold play coming out there. Amanek even pushing further down with the UMP. He does get returned, but you know what? I like it anyway. I just think that is very cool. That is a not very cool thing to set up, and how quickly they did it. Oh, and back to the B bomb site so fast. Hunter and Kenny S rotating over. This is not hidden at all. The footsteps are in. Nexa is going to block things off with the smoke. They're certainly going to come through that. Jax has nowhere to go because of the Molotovs. Spam through the smoke. I don't know how he's still alive, to be honest with you. Finally, Jax does burn. But how can this defense hold on? They're waiting for the play through the smoke. And it's just not coming yet. When all this utility fades away, FURIA is going to have such a massive advantage, but the CZ from Kenny gets the opening kill. going to need to do that like 2 or 3 more times, and I mean, that's a big ask. He'll go down, Vinny. You're absolutely right. Like, as soon as all the smoke is gone, there isn't much left to fight for. Nexa trying with the MP9, but it's not possible. And now FURIA are up to 13 rounds, 13 to 14. They are clawing their way back into this game.
Well, they've come back in a big way. I mean, being able as well, remember they had that full losing bonus, so as they kept winning in these 4 rounds, they're still gaining bonus money. And now they just have so much cash that G2 to witness, it's going to be against full buys pretty much every single time, especially if plants come in.
Yeah.
They've got to fight the economy battle as well now, against FURIA and against the money. See if they can do it. Kenny S with the AWP. Back towards the A-bomb site, this time all on his lonesome. He's been given the responsibility. Ooh, and he spots the jump. Art is taken down early. That is exactly what G2 needed.
You keep coming back to it, right? That aggressive opening on the CT side, just giving your team a bit of an edge and trying to do that. Vinny, he has actually been very good, even when he's been on his own to open up kills in this bomb site. They're going to try and do it again. Turning for the flashbang. They must have heard that somehow. But Nexa going down, and well, that's a very uncomfortable position. Amanek inside of the bomb site. Yeah, he's going to try and smoke it up, but even then, he's still in some trouble. The Molotov landing behind him. He just has to stay ducked and just hopefully be a distraction for long enough. Finally going to make his way around as the Molotov fades, but that's a very dangerous position to be in. The bomb, though, is on the A side, or at least making its way there.
Yeah, but there's still Kenny S here with the AWP, and there's still Hunter. Kenny's got a smoke, so does Hunter. They can put out Molotovs if it comes to that, although Hunter's been pulled away towards mid to investigate, so again, a lot of pressure on Kenny's shoulders. Silently, FURIA has rotated over. Serato just coming to join up with his teammates, and eventually the utility usage. Here come the Molotov. This is going to let G2 know exactly what's going on. Jax and Amanek, though, slow to rotate. They had so much pressure applied to them, and we'll see how G2 does this.
Oh, flashbang into the sky. Hunter, is he going to try and go through this? Only 20 seconds left. FURIA have already lost a round like this, and Hunter was instrumental in it. He wanted to get that angle, but he couldn't. FURIA, great bodyguard work there to make sure the plant went through. And now Jax, good shoulder peek to make Yuri very uncomfortable, but still, it's a 2-on-2.
No kits.
Right, no kits, no grenades. They can't even really force a fight. And last time, I think Vinny was behind the sandbags in one of those 2v2s. This time, it's Serato instead. Henny already picking off Jax, and FURIA gonna tie up the game here. 14 to 14. They are right back, and G2 are in some trouble.
Yeah, they really are, and they don't have the money to fight once again. And even with the utility this time, it all goes away. Even with an opening kill, it's so hard to retake these bomb sites. You can see the struggle of Kenny S and Hunter trying to stop that plan, and it's not coming in. FURIA, this has been a 5-round streak to tie things up at 14-14. And again, G2 scrambling to pull together whatever kind of an investment they can.
Yeah, and it's you know, it's not much. And the kind of things that they're missing, all we've seen is round after round how devastating it is when you're on the CT side and you don't have the Molotovs for the retakes, you don't have the smokes to try and maybe force out a fight when the bomb is down. Like, there's so many things you're lacking. And it's come into play here as well. Jax with a huge jump down. Surely, yeah, they must have heard that.
G2 has had a really rough time on this defense. Oh, wow, what a round from Nexa. The pop flash from Kenny S.
Do it again.
They've got a real chance. He's going to push forward. He's feeling the heat. And just finally, FURIA gets back. Vinny's going to have to open up this A-bomb site with just 3 health. He's got to get into position. But all of a sudden, there's a real opportunity for G2.
That was godlike work out of Nexa. And he was so looking for that third one. Still 40 seconds. Oh, okay.
That's new.
And he even gets tagged, and he'll go down to Hunter. 30 seconds with the bomb on the ground. G2, they've got no business being in this round, but yet somehow they are. 25 seconds, and he's toying with them right now. Another peek comes in. Look at how low they are. A combined 26 health here as Vinny will get the kill on Kenny. 18 seconds on the clock. They want to get Hunter. They have to get him, but Nexa behind, and he still goes down. I can't believe that FURIA won. Look at them on their feet, shouting. That is a crazy round. And I don't even know. It just looked like G2 were going to win that one.
Oh man, they had no business winning it whatsoever. I cannot believe they've come out on top of that. Right at the end here, Hunter, the CZ, could not find the fight he wanted. What a turn. 15-14, and that is going to be frustrating. We do have a tech pause. Come out from the teams, but I can't believe Nexa even provided them the chance to win that round.
Yeah, you know, it doesn't really get any closer than that. Now, at least G2 will have money to buy in this final round. It could go for some overtime, but honestly, this is a wild way to get the day started.
That's so demoralizing. Yeah, it really is. All 30 rounds. And G2, I mean, I think it's crazy to think they've lost 7 in a row now. This was, what, 14-7 at one point, or 14-8, excuse me.
Some of those, I mean...
Or 6, so 14 to... Why am I doing this to myself? 14-9.
I don't know. It's very tricky. Try and bring it up again. The first round that they won in that streak, they had one player left alive. The last one, it was the one-on-one. Before that, it was you know, so 2 people alive, then 3. So
remember that first round they won to start the streak for you was that CZ. They had 3 CZs and 2 P250s, and they didn't execute at that B bomb site. And that was when Art wins the one-on-one.
Yeah.
And that was what started them on this win streak.
So they've had a scenario here where, yeah, like you know, some of the rounds have been really solid where they haven't much trouble. I think some of the rounds G2 have had almost no economy anyway, but like there's not a big margin here before they just lose the map already. Madness as we're sorting out the tech issues here. 15-14. I think we're all good, and yeah, good job on the admin squad for fixing things.
Nice and quick.
The nameless heroes behind the scenes. You only hear them when things go wrong, or
faceless champions.
Yeah, when bad things happen, people start yelling, start complaining. When things are working smoothly, nobody notices.
Yeah.
And we take all the credit. Then it's good.
I'm fine with that arrangement.
It's.
Shout out to the admins. I do love you.
Probably didn't need to add the last part.
15-14 in the favor of FURIA. They've got a chance to somehow close it out. It did not seem likely. This is G2's map pick, and FURIA can snatch it right away. 26 kills on Yuri. What a beast that he's been. 23 kills on Hunter and Amanek, 22 on Jax. There's plenty of players performing well in this game, but just down the stretch, FURIA tactically have had the upper hand.
And I think probably even G2 in another scenario, they probably have a much better T side as well themselves. I actually think I think a lot of this has been down to FURIA having a better CT side than I was expecting. Probably better than G2 was expecting as well. That CT side on this map is very, very hard to handle.
You can see the theory behind G2 as well. They have gotten bruised and beaten at this B bomb site throughout this half, sometimes with just 1 player, sometimes with 2, and they do not want to let it slip this time. So a delayed take of those stairs. They were looking for someone, for a couple players to be setting up. And unfortunately for FURIA, they hear all this noise and they have to know there's 2 to 3 players at that site, but they're all spread across the map at the moment looking for aggression, so they can't take advantage of it. They couldn't pick up the pace towards A. And actually, this is interesting. It looks like they're going back to the B bomb site saying, well, you just use a lot of utility to try and clear that out, to try and find something. Let's just go right at the players who have already used their smokes, already used a bunch of their flashes.
I mean, Kenny did peek that A corner, right? And it's not, he really didn't get a lot of information, but they still think, yeah, but it's enough. We're going to have to go for it here. Yuri's now over at the A bomb site. There's no one there to even know. He's running, he's just barreling onto the site. He is crazy. I can't believe he just made that whole run. And Nets opened up the A-bomb side. This is a mad play out of the Brazilian player. He's just charged the bomb side. There could have easily been someone there. There's 10 seconds left, and they're going to go for the plant, and they'll follow it through. They may have just won the map right here. That is true craziness that you're watching. Now he's just covering the angle here. Next are going to be going down. Yuri doing everything, even turning for it. And that's going to be 3 kills towards the end. He may have shut them right out. 16-14 as they will take down G2 on the first map. Yuri ending up at 29 kills.
And yeah, we're going to give a lot of credit to Yuri for making that play at the A bomb site, but goddamn, was that not predicated on the fact that that B bomb site was susceptible throughout the whole half. G2 could never hold on to it, and you could see how paranoid they were in that last
the psychology
round.
of them.
Yes, they were ruined. They were playing them like a fiddle. That is so nice from FURIA to be able to take that map. What a good start to the series, and FURIA now has a chance to go to end this on their map pick. That's a huge advantage.
They do. Yeah, a crazy comeback, and
I like it. Yeah, that was one
of the better Vertigos I've seen, just in terms of like, you know, the action, some of the fun that was happening.
Yeah, there was less spamming through smokes. Teams are starting to settle down and get used to it. We see the aggression on that A ramp and everything like that. So very good, cool. Either way, we're gonna go to a break. When we come back, we'll get the dusk, and then we'll get map 2 underway. So stay tuned.
Charge up your game with excitement. Highest odds on the market. Coverage of all live and pre-match events. Place your bets with Solid Bookmaker and win with your favorite teams. Take what's rightfully yours with GG Bet.
Cool, right? Want to know where I got it? Well, look, go to cs.money. It's a trade platform and a marketplace at the same time. Just choose, click, and get. Good luck, bro.
What is that? A karambit? A big shout out to CS Money for partnering with us for this event. If you like skins like this, do not forget to head on over to our giveaway, which you can find below.
Update and new features in the case battles. Updated and convenient interface with new options. Up to 4 users can participate in one battle now. Create and customize your battles, any number and any type of cases. Choose the number of participants and invite your friends with a unique link. Watch the best drop and win everything. Don't miss epic battles on Hellcase.
Predict the outcome, win the game. Get live coverage and schedules for your favorite tournaments. Analyze, predict, and vote to gain points. Compete with other esports fans and climb the leaderboards. Strafe, everything esports. Download now on iOS and Android.